Well, hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Break the Record podcast. It's the finale of season 2.
Now, forgive my half-assed description here, but chimes, along with the of the ride, gives interest and sort of gives a brightness to a seemingly solemn-sounding song.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of over these ballads. D- for my attention span.
Yeah, these ballads get very tiresome very quickly. And actually, we're going to find out just how tiresome they really get. Because, well, first off, I have a couple more notes, I guess. I mean, this is your one chance. If you really want me to stop and back away from this podcast now, this is the one time where I'll do it, because you might want to say yes.
No, go ahead.
Okay, good. God. Okay, so the first note I have is the synth strings, because earlier in the album there were strings, and I think it was actually a real string section.
Yeah.
These are synth strings, and God, are they awful. They sound terrible. Even for 2001, there were better VSTs or equipment you could have gotten back then, especially with the money they spent on this album or any of those big-time country whatever albums. So, I mean, No excuses for this horse shit. Oh, my God. So, at this point, I ran out of things to say once again.
Yep.
And I was like, I need time to kill. So I'm going to read you a couple of hedgehog facts. Hedgehog fact number 1. Did you know that the average hedgehog has between 5,000 and 7,000 quills? You wouldn't guess it by looking at them, but yeah, there's a lot. The little hairs apparently count as quills too. Hedgehog fact number 2. There used to be such a thing as the International Hedgehog Olympic Games, simply known as IHOG. Can you tell that I'm done?
You sound drunk.
I'm not, though. That's the best part. I'm tired. I've done a lot of work today. Then I had to come back and review this album, and this is the best I can come up with. I don't care for this song. There's nothing to say. So I thought, hey, hedgehog facts are pretty cool. I'll read these and gain people's attention back.
Yep.
But no, I promise you, no, I'm not drunk.
I'm actually kind of curious about this IHOG thing?
IHOG, yes.
IHOG. Is it kind of like how on YouTube people will set up Marble Olympics? Is it like
the marble races. It might be. I didn't really look into it. I literally just quickly typed out hedgehog facts. Well, because I was writing my notes for this song at the time, and I was like, I got to get this done.
That's the most interesting thing that you have said this whole time. You have no more information for me.
Well, I do know that they had they have floor races. They had dashes or something like that. They had some cool sounding sports, but I'm going to have to look up some videos or something. I don't know.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Oh my God. You can just tell how done I am with this album by now, just because, if I can get to song 12 and tell you hedgehog facts, oh my God. But we can get to song 7, Lucky 7, one of my favorite types of pies, lemon meringue. Meringue.
So good. I also did not remember how to spell meringue, so I just used my phone to tell me repeatedly, and I will still never remember.
Well, phonetically, it's MERANG or something like that. But no, it's meringue.
French.
Damn it.
I shake my fist at you. The vocals sound smooth and a little sexy, like making out with a lemon meringue pie.
That's a very messy time.
Yeah.
I hope you brought protection.
I was going to say more, but then I said making out because I'm like, you know what? That's an image that I can actually handle. That's fine.
I was going to say, if you're going to go on this whole thing about fucking a lemon meringue pie, when I say bring protection, that just means several napkins.
Yes.
And maybe even a wet wipe. I don't know.
Yes. Now I sound like the weird one.
Yes. I don't know. Really great wrap into the song. Really interesting track. I like this one.
Me too. It's not the last one on my list. I can tell you that
It's the second last one on your list.
If it was and I give it that review, I am a dickhead.
You already are, but anyway.
I would be a hashtag New Year, New dickhead. I don't know.
New Year, same dick. Whatever. You're the same unwashed dick from 2021. Anyway. Yeah. That's how we start the first show. We talk about unwashed genitalia.
Yeah. I can't wait. I really wish my water was vodka at this point.
Yeah, then you take that extra gulp.
Savannah,
I clean my genitals.
Don't you think you want to slow? Don't you talk to me.
Don't you talk to me about my dick, gulp. I think this was the one where some of the sound sampling was like stood out the heaviest, if I remember correctly. It might have been the previous track though. Yeah. Regardless, God, I don't like the sound sampling in this album at all.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it. You're just trying to prove a point. War and politics, aggression.
Yeah.
So that's my best Dave Mustaine.
I would say you're pretty spot on with that one, especially with the snort and the snarl. Yeah.
Speaking of Dave Mustaine, though, his voice does not sit well at all on an acoustic guitar. Not even a little bit. Like, if he was doing his cleaning kind of whatever higher singing, then maybe that's where it sits well. But when you're doing this on top of an acoustic guitar, it's like, it's literally, just go sit on a fucking exhaust pipe. Fuck you.
You know what? I don't like to agree with you for obvious reasons. I'm smarter. But I agree. I definitely agree with this one.
That means I'm winning.
I did make a note that says, did he just say Holocaust? Because I've never really paid much attention to Megadeth lyrics.
He probably
ever.
Does.
Like I don't listen to lyrics. Like, not only is that kind of a staple of the show, we don't really do lyrical breakdowns unless it's really relevant. But I heard that and I was like, it pulled me out of the song because I was like, wait, what the fuck are we talking about right now? And I was way more concerned with the subject matter than the music itself. 3 minutes in, I became kind of bored. And I did put a sub note to that. Yes, I know that's through the solo, but it sort of lost me.
Yeah. And yeah, as for the lyrical content too, like, again, I didn't really focus on it either. But yeah, if you heard the word Holocaust, considering the themes of the lyrics and everything like that, it wouldn't surprise me. And he's not necessarily talking about, like, you know, the World War II Holocaust. It's just Holocaust in general. Although I don't think that word's really used much
for anything else.
Because I mean, other than that, you use the word genocide, but Holocaust was like specific.
But it's like you're listening, you're like, okay, I'm listening to the music, and then you hear that, and it's just like record scratch. You're like, wait, hold up.
You'll never believe what happened to the Jews. Dave, can you not do that, please? And also, don't say that again.
Okay. Yeah, I hated it. I hated it. The end. That was it. It made me mad. Like, what was the point? There was no point. It added nothing. It didn't lead into anything. It wasn't like it started acoustic, it ended acoustic. There was no point. That I need an explanation. That was stupid.
Yeah, and you'll likely never get it because Dave Mustaine's just like, I don't owe you anything.
You know, I met him in 2011, and I really should have asked.
Did he snarl?
No, he was actually a very nice guy, but I was also a solo female in my early 20s, so he was probably nice to me because I was on my own.
You know, you should come back to my green room. The couch is semi-comfortable.
Hell no.
Not a whole lot, no, and I definitely don't have a lot of material to work with the next couple of songs, really, but number 9, Psychotron. Because it's badass, and I really love Transformers.
Oh my God. My last note, because I, spoiler, didn't like this song. I did not like the panning with the fucking title, Psychotron. It's like, stop it. Go away. It's like ASMR that I just want to just rip my eardrums out.
Dave Mustaine should start an ASMR channel on YouTube.
No. Oh my God, no. No, I hate that.
I'm going to tell you about why the government is corrupt. It felt like it was supposed to end several times, but instead of like just ending it because Dave's like, no, we keep one more, hit me one more time, hit me again. Yeah. I'm James Brown. Yeah. But no, then so the producer got sick of it. Because I'm convinced the song's actually 9.5 minutes long, but the producer got sick of it and literally just started fading it out because they wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that they can continue this in each track and it doesn't feel old yet. Like we're on song number 8, and I still like that I'm catching these hints of this thing happening. So I really like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting the vocals paired with the bass melodically, because you only hear that in like the guitar doing that with the vocals, like in most rock tracks and everything like that. But granted, Mike Patton singing in his lower register for that particular part, so I guess it makes more sense. Yeah, look at you. I know you said you wouldn't. I know you said you wouldn't mention his low vocals again. Don't worry, I just did.
I could tell that my eyes closed a good 30% and started nodding.
Yeah, audio listener, Savannah just went to a different world for a minute there.
I'm back now. I'm back. Whew.
See, once again, calling you out, just pulling you back down to earth here.
It sucks here. I really want to be back up in heaven.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother. Not that I wouldn't have bothered looking into it, but just like, I think the only reason why I would have is because I want to know where part 1 was.
Yeah.
There's another. The Collective Soul had Y part 2, but they never had a Y part 1. I remember being a kid and being like, I had like my parents had all the albums. I was like, where is it?
Yeah, and it was a single too, so it's like it probably got a lot of people going, what the hell is this?
Just Ed rolling drunk on red wine as per usual. Anyways, yes, Indian Poker parts 2 and 3. I didn't really know where this is going. Okay, again, keeping in mind I wrote these notes not knowing what you just told me, so just kind of bear with me as I'm going through my own version of this.
Yeah.
I didn't know where the song was going, but the weird almost like atonal synth in the background. Okay, you're probably not going to get this reference, and that's fine because it's kind of dumb and obscure. There's going to be like one person who listens to this and understands what I'm talking about, but I know I'm not going to get in trouble for putting the video, so in the video version I'm going to put a clip over top. Sounded like a slowed down version of the Crazy Bus theme, especially with the weird detuned guitars. So right here now. Okay, welcome back.
And I'm still as confused as when we went into the clip, but continue on, please.
Oh, I want to leave it in for the audio people too. Just, I'm going to do that just because, oh my God. Long story short, it's the most chaotic, dumb bullshit video game theme that doesn't really exist that you'll ever hear in your life. I don't know, but it reminded me of a slowed down version of it, and I couldn't stop laughing when I got to that part. God. So I was really happy to hear it. I thought it was amazing, and I hope everyone who just heard that clip that I slipped in, because it's not even a real game, I don't think, so I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for it. Regardless, we're going to find out the hard way.
All right.
I hope you'll enjoy that very much. Speaking of statistics, we do like to put song rankings up, but now we have to do album rating. We got to find out where this is going on our chart, so let's go ahead, transition over, and find out where the hell this album goes. Ta-da! Here it is. As if you expected anything else, it is the album rating screen. But yeah, the song never really lets up on the energy that it was building up that I mentioned earlier, so I mean, that's good considering, like, they likely want people to dance to this song. So yeah, just keep it flowing right to the very last second, which they more or less did. So hey, you got that going for you, kid.
Yeah.
Kid.
Yep. Yeah, that I figure you can assume that when I am finished, that's really it.
I always give you that moment of silence just in case you want to peek in one of those yups.
Yup. Yup.
The slogan yup.
Yup. I'm gonna get a shirt just yup.
Or a mug.
But it's gonna have
from it.
It's gonna have just like this huge mouth and just say yup coming out of it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Merch ideas.
Buy our merch. It doesn't exist yet, but just pre-order it now. We'll tell you sometime down the road when it happens. And I just want to mention one more time, too, the Ko-fi page that we have just started. You can always donate financially if you so choose, completely optional. Ko-fi.com/ratetherecords. Link is in the description, also on the bottom of the screen. I will put it somewhere near the top this time, not on Savannah's face.
Thank you.
It was just the one time.
Well,
wait,
you know what?
Wait, what's that? Is it in the top left corner now? Wow. Oh, God, where is it going? I'm making myself edit a lot.
I see that you've had a nice week to get your nice fancy haircut. And last week, I said that a $10 donation will get a lock of your hair. I really do hope that you have 50 envelopes with locks in them. So for every $10 donated, Chris has agreed, whether he knows it or not, to give you a lock of his hair.
I didn't see this money, so I don't donate anything.
I waited until we were on air to say it.
Excellent. Well, until you show me the proof, then I'm going to keep my hair stuffed in a drawer somewhere, as I always do for the last 30-something years of my life.
Well, you know what? At least you're keeping organized, so I can't fault you for that one.
I need a storage locker for all the hair I have. This podcast is a casual and for fun project, and you are welcome to take what we say regarding the albums we write with a grain of salt. There you go. Theatrics.
Did the Salt Bay thing
again? I mean, yours changes like very like slightly during the weeks. I guess I always have the same flash.
Yeah, I don't have the memory to remember what I did last week, so it's all just a cycle of what feels natural.
Can't you just go to Harvey's, get like a very tiny salt packet, and just hold it up in front of the camera? Like, I'll accept that. Okay,
one time I will open it and just pour it into my mouth.
And yes, you have to swallow. Then you know what you should do: pour it into a drink of water and drink it that way. Regardless, you're ingesting it.
I'd still do it in my mouth. Whatever. I have no boundaries.
Hey, listeners! Don't clip that out of context. By the way.
That was me shockingly laughing, not an animal dying. Just
which is funny because most of the audio of you laughing cut out, so it sounds like I was just like awkwardly laughing to it by myself.
Excellent. I love how I always peak the audio with my laughter.
Something about it always happens.
But the jump back in, it was unsettling. Maybe it was supposed to be. Definitely was.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when some bands do that. It's like, oh, Psyche thought we were done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the first time you listen to Helter Skelter or something like that, and it like has like 2 or 3 fake outs, and it's just like, just end the song, and then fucking, I think it was George or something, I got blisters on these fingers, or whatever. That's the Beatles anyway.
I only think of I Love It Loud by Kiss, because they'll fade it or fade out and then fade back in. But I've seen them play it live so often that I know Gene's up on the rafter and he ain't coming down for that false ending. So I know the song's going to continue. Can't lie to me, guys.
Can't say I'm a very big Kiss fan at all.
Yeah. I'll listen to them on occasion. Just the loud
You
stuff.
saw them live.
Yeah, but Motley Crue opened for them.
I don't like them either.
I've also seen the Moffats live, so I don't know what that says.
God, I think I'd rather see the Moffats.
Oh, God.
Misery.
Oh, God, yeah.
What I feel. We're going to get copyright strike because I'm too perfect.
We're doing a Moffat sound or song.
As long as it's the album with either Misery or that My Heart Goes Bang, 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 Boom.
Yeah, that one.
When they got just a little older, started growing facial hair, they were special.
Little Sven still had a huge crush on them.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, like, did you ever have a crush on one of like the Hanson brothers?
Yeah. I always thought Isaac was too old. Probably
older brother.
Probably like 2 years older than me. Or something.
Zach was way too young, and Taylor was the middle Michael Jackson wannabe perfect Hanson brother.
Oh my God.
Good times, pop 90s.
Yeah. Terrible. You know what? I want to make a lead into the next song and be like, oh, memories, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm just far too embarrassed now to even say anything. So let's move on.
It does kind of feel like an extension of I Think I Smell a Rat. And I think Meg White is giving Jack a swirly in the toilet. Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he's underwater for this one. You mentioned like underwater or something previously in one of the tracks. Yeah. This one definitely.
100%.
It's definitely some sort of like wet phasey effect, or it's not chorus. It's probably a phaser of some sort or anything. I'm trying to go through like my producer head of what effect that could be, and
isn't a phaser like a laser gun?
It is, but it's also an effect that you can use in a digital audio workspace, or a DAW, as we say in the industry.
Oh, please, Professor Poor, please tell me more.
I'd be glad to mansplain this to you.
Oh, please don't. Please fuck off. Could you please tell me what mansplaining means? Fuck.
Please tell me that you don't know what mansplaining is.
No, it's the joke of a man explaining what mansplaining is.
I just want to make sure that you knew, because I would literally mansplain you that joke.
Yeah. Oh, fuck no.
But yeah, that's Leopard Skin Pill Box. I have to keep looking at the title because I keep this. It's like a tongue twister for me. Leopard Skin Pill Box Hat.
Leopard pill hat skin. What?
You left your garage door open and he's fucking you, but he doesn't like you. He likes your pillbox hat. That's literally in the lyrics anyway. Well, not that exact wording, but it's there. It's there.
I was going to say, I don't think I listened to any lyrics other than him just repeating the title.
He's like, I saw you making love to him. You forgot to close the garage door. But I know what he really wants you for. It's that leopard skin pillbox hat. Bob Dylan. Anyway, song 8.
As her camera goes black. Yep.
Chris is left on his own. Savannah leaves the Zoom call.
Yep.
All right, so song number 3, The Long Goodbye. Thankfully, it wasn't too long, though. My very first note on this song, though, I gotta point this out. Is this song a farm? Because boy, oh boy, it's full of country corn.
The song's a cover.
This song's a cover?
This song's a cover, yeah.
Well, it's still got a lot of country corn in it. By the way, if people miss the joke, it means it's corny. Funny. Explain the joke anyway.
It's even funnier when you explain the joke. In
a very downbeat voice, like, listen. Number 9, Unloved.
I was going to make a stupid segue about, I bet that song feels unloved. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I cut you off just in time before the dad joke comes out.
Yeah, well, you got me once.
All right. Shame on me or shame on you. Or I can't remember the whole rule behind that. But yes, Unloved, song number 9.
Yep.
So my first note, is this song you know what? Fuck it, that bit's already getting old.
Old and dead. It's old and dead, buried on the farm.
I will be honest, that's the last time that bit comes up. I purposely wrote these like that, though, just to show how much I'm thinking about that particular idea of the song.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So song number 12, another country ballad, I Fall. And the first note I wrote was something country corn. Because that joke just can't die.
This is one of the first times that we've actually agreed on that point specifically.
What, of like something not catching us properly?
Or like if you say, oh, I really like the length, I'm like, nah, too long. Or I'm like, oh, I liked it. And you're like, nah, too long. So I feel like this is one of the first times that we actually agree on just something that has to do with, I don't know, the bass song itself.
Maybe. I feel like because there's other times when you've accused me of like looking at your notes because I was almost so dead on about it. So I think it's happened more than once.
Well, yeah, I guess my brain is still covered in mucus. So I mean, forgive me.
Just take a shovel and one layer at a time, mucus comes off.
That's what neti pots are for. It's not to clean out your nose. It's to clean all the mucus off your brain.
Yeah, because your nasal passage goes actually directly to your brain because your brain needs oxygen, right? But because you got to have a cold or a flu in this case, it's just congested by mucus. So yeah, get that neti pot up there. Why not, right?
And that's how deja vu is brought upon, is because as you're pouring the neti pot through your nose, it's wiping off all of the past lives off your brain. So the more you use it, the more deja vu you're going to have because you're remembering past lives. Until it's like this really small peanut, and then I'm not really sure what you would be. Maybe like tadpole or something.
Just remember, kids, yes, your brain, your nose is connected to your brain, so that way when you do cocaine, it crusts your brain like a shake and bake chicken.
I was thinking Homer Simpson and the crayon, but yeah, you can.
It just gets lost in there.
Oh my God.
And like, I do like how this song has taken you in a couple of different directions, everything like that. It keeps it really interesting, given its runtime, which is 3 minutes and 49 seconds. So like a typical length song. It's not too long, not abrupt, and everything works in it. So I really like it.
Yay.
I had to take a minute there. Just word salad.
Yep.
I feel like I don't know if I'm getting better for cutting back on it or getting worse for it. I think I'm getting worse.
It's a word coleslaw.
Yeah, it goes from salad to slaw to just straight up pudding. That's just when I'm slurring everything at that point.
Ew, coleslaw pudding.
No, the evolution of the food goes from salad to coleslaw to pudding.
I'm just imagining
you're just getting different bowls of things.
Ew. I'm just imagining just like taking a salad and then just whipping it to smaller pieces, and then that's coleslaw, and then the coleslaw, and then you just pretty much pulverize it until it's just like liquid coleslaw.
Until it looks like the coleslaw at KFC.
Gross. Yeah.
It literally looks like plant food.
Yeah. That is your brain. It is just KFC coleslaw.
And it's a good thing we are not sponsored by KFC, or else we'd lose our sponsorship immediately.
I will take payments in double downs. Thank you.
Oh, we're not getting it now. Let's see here. Okay, we're moving on to track number 4, The Good Soldier. And Beans makes the first return of the year, bashing your microphone. That'll probably appear in editing.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. You're probably going to hear her meowing. Apologies to everybody.
I don't think you ever have to apologize for a cat meowing. I think people that actually gain more views than anything.
Oh, really? Hey, everybody, here's cat. Meow, 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 meow.
I could probably just clip the cat meowing and that would be views. All right, dust off your face. I got to dust off my dadly looking mustache right now.
Me too.
I almost didn't want to be on camera today. My razor screwed up. But anyways, that is irrelevant. I am your dad for the day. And we are discussing Fishbone's album, Give a Monkey a Brain, ...
Excuse me.
Okay, if you're done cutting me off with your throat-clearing antics.
I was going to start my part of the podcast. Thank you very much. I was going to introduce the band in the album, just to give you a little less to do.
I suppose, okay, go ahead. I have a beer to drink, just like the dadly mustache tells me to do.
I know you have a lawn to cut, so I just want to make this quick.
Go for it, son.
I guess my last note is really, it's definitely a product of its time, calling a woman a slut and singing "Suck My Dick." So...
yeah.
Another song, when I listened to it at work, I would turn it down because I knew it was coming, and then I would turn it up for the solo.
Yeah, there's a couple moments on this album that have one of those product of times type things.
Oh my lord, yeah.
That's the one thing you gotta, I guess, just kind of accept and look past it, like, because you can complain about all you want, but I mean, it's not going to change that it's there on the album. I mean,
yeah, you can just appreciate how far we've come.
I mean, in high school, you read like, Huckleberry Finn or Tom Sawyer or something like that. I mean, just because you complain doesn't mean they're going to take the N-word out of the book. I mean,
yeah,
it's not a pretty word to use, but that's the literature of the time that it came from. So just, you kind of got to accept it,
Yeah.
Just, it is what it is. Move on. That's all good.
It was jarring the first time because hearing slut, I'm like, okay, like, I don't like it, but I can move past it. But just straight hearing "suck my dick," I'm like, I'm going to turn this down every single time I listen to it, because it's just like one of those, no. No.
Don't tell me what to do.
Exactly. No. Exactly. You don't know me.
Well, I was going to, but now that you told me to, I'm not going to do it.
Oh my God. I got nothing to say other than just kind of blush a little.
There you go. And the only other note I have really is finger, knuckle, elbow, and shoulder. Sounds like he's really wearing his partner like a Muppet or something at this point.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Like,
I don't listen to the lyrics, and I'm glad that I don't. Because when you point them out, I'm like, all right.
Chances are, like, it has to do with something sexual because, again, Maynard's kind of a troll in his writing sometimes. Finger deep in the borderline, knuckle deep in the borderline, elbow deep in the borderline, shoulder deep in the borderline. This might hurt a little. Relax, turn around, tell me that you love me, take my hand. That whole thing.
It's called stink fist. I don't know what other imagery you would get.
Stink arm.
Stink, yeah.
Because if you go up to the shoulder, I mean, you're a Muppet at that point. And I think that's a great way to look at it. Do that, and of course our socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of our audio platforms. Do all of that because we are trying to build a musical community and we want you to be part of it. Brick by brick.
Yes,
by brick,
please.
By brick. I can just keep doing miming.
I need friends, and from the last time I said that, I have not gained any. So, I mean, I'm looking at you guys.
But let's unveil the curtain a little bit, because I will say that when it comes to the singles reviews, yours are highly more viewed than mine are, so you must be getting friends in some places.
They're my hot shit takes, is what it is.
Well, people love your hot shit take mushrooms then. that was a bad joke. Anyway, yes, we are trying to build a musical community.
Just got that. Oh my God, I'm so dumb.
No, don't even worry about it. It's fine. Who would,
continue on. I'm so
who
stupid.
would take shit take and shiitake? It's fine. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, yes, musical community building. If you like this, then you'll definitely want to be a part of it. You can do that. And also we have the Ko-fi page you can donate to, ko-fi.com/ratetherecord down in the description below of your audio or video platform. If you want to donate financially, completely optional. All the content's still free. Just another option in which to do so. Yay. You gonna survive?
No, I still find that very funny.
I would say you look a little misty-eyed, so I think it's like making you cry at this point.
I'm trying my hardest. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That was the worst kind of joke that just makes me laugh and laugh because it's so bad, but it's so good.
Well, just because you hear it, and then you're just sitting there like, what does that mean? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Like just crash into the wall. Oh, I get it. It's all good.
The lightning bulb lit, and then it crashed on my head.
I can't tell you how many times it's happened to me in the past, so don't even worry about it.
All right.
But again, am I supposed to feel emotional about these lyrics considering that Deny, Deny, Deny is coming up, which we'll talk about that soon in a song about cheating?
Yeah.
I mean, like, guy, listen, you love gifting dick to women. Like, if that's your thing, then drop the whole romantic act and just fucking sing about dicking people. That's it. That's, like, seriously. This is stupid. I hate this contradiction.
These are the first couple dates leading up to,
to cheating on her.
Getting downtime and then seeing what her sister looks like.
Oh, country people probably fuck on the first date. Come on now. All their songs are super horny. I think they do.
I am staying mum completely.
Every song is about fucking in a pickup truck in a cornfield or something like that. I mean, like, come on.
Okay, well, I mean, now, yeah, but maybe then too, yeah.
Lovely to love your lovin'. All right.
Oh, Lord.
I just a comment on the entire album with this song. I feel like the whole album feels like a sandwich where I might not like all the ingredients that are in the sandwich, but the bread is so warm and freshly baked and it tastes so good because I know I like the first song and I know I like this last song, that it's okay that there's a couple things in the sandwich that I'm not too fond of, because when you put it all together, it is goddamn delicious.
Well, I can't wait to see what you rated as the turkey and what you rated as the tomato, which is like the bullshit of the sandwich. Come at me, tomato lovers. I fucking hate tomatoes. Anyway.
You have to season your tomatoes first.
Okay, like sun-dried tomatoes, maybe.
No, sun-dried tomatoes are disgusting.
Okay, then you can go fuck yourself. Anyway, Song of Solomon. I said come at me, tomato lovers.
Yeah, and I do have just one negative about this song. I don't hate it. Sometimes I have preconceived notions about genres of music, and I assume I'm not gonna like it just based on the genre. And I hate being wrong, so I hate this thus far. The last 3-4 songs, I hate them. I hate all of them.
I bet.
That's all. That's all.
The Mind and Times of Savannah.
Mm-hmm. And the ego.
I don't think we'll ever properly catch on to how you like conceive these albums and songs. One day we're gonna do a bonus show where I literally play your Psychiatrist and try to break down your mental state going into these albums.
Well, don't.
Pad of paper and pencil, let's talk.
It shall be dangerous. It's just going to be images of things. That's all I see. I see everything in just images. It's weird.
So I'll just do a bunch of Rorschach tests for you and you tell me what you see.
After the second one, you're like, all right, we're going to shut this down a little earlier than expected.
Yeah, I can't do anything with this. We're just going to cut off the episode. Bye, subscribe, gone.
You're not going to fire me, are you? Record scratch, and then the episode ends.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
Number 7, Let the Devil In.
Dirtywhirl the Pokemon.
What's its main attack?
I don't know. It's like Poliwhirl if you give it mushrooms.
Fair. You're a dirty whirl, aren't you? Anyways, let's just keep moving right along.
Spoiler, not my favorite song on the album. I don't know if that is the reason.
But I do feel like this song, with its poppiness and all, is a blindingly sunny day. It just oozes with the feeling of optimism. Whether or not I'm listening to lyrics, it could be about, I don't know, donkeys in the desert. Who knows? But one of my notes was overlay this song with Julie Andrews dancing in a field in The Sound of Music, and that's how I feel about this. That's like the feeling I get when I listen to it, is just like a ridiculous musical interlude about how happy somebody is.
Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, although there's a lot of moments like that on this album, so I guess I would see that more than once. I do like your donkey in the desert analogy better, because it just reminds me of that song by America, except instead of a horse, it's a donkey. I've been through the desert on a donkey with no name. It doesn't fit, but it's funnier.
You could have given it a name, and then
they could have said ass with no name, so that way it at least fits in the syllable wise. Writing
Dear America in 1976.
But then again, I don't know, the context of the song changes if you say you rode an ass to the desert. What kind of party are you going to? What are you going to, Coachella?
And I don't know where in the song it is, but it kind of sounds like an auxiliary chord being like disconnected. Not a fan of a lot of bleep bloops, but there is something about like that fuzzy connecting a live wire sound that I just enjoy.
I might know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but I like that sound where it kind of sounds like if I could replicate it with my voice, I would, but I cannot.
Well, hold on. I'm going to write vessel sound on my sheet. And once we're done here, because we usually like keep talking after the show's over, I'm going to share sound. I'm going to play this song Vessel. And I'm going to play the exact part I think you're talking about, because I want to know what it is.
Okay, cool. Because when I heard it, I was like, yeah, I like this. This is cool. This is cool.
Because it also sounds like a horn too, like a bari sax, which Trent plays bari sax, by the way. So
Really?
I mean, it very well could have something to do with that.
What
I
a
think it
fucking
is.
guy.
Yeah, he used to be in a marching band, but anyway, like high school days, obviously.
Dang.
I know a lot about Trent. Anyway.
It was the way you said that.
Yeah, just,
I know a lot about Trent.
Really prissy.
That's awesome.
All right, well, then we can just slip into the next song then. Number 7, In God's Country. Of course, Bono would name a song that.
I thought this might have been about Ford trucks, but alas, it is not, thankfully.
He's not a country artist.
You never know. You never know. Taylor Swift went from country to pop, so,
Yeah, but the thing is,
might go from rock pop to country.
We have the hindsight of this album being released in 87, and it's 2022 right now, so we know where they progressed after this album.
I've seen Bono with a cowboy hat, so I mean...
That doesn't mean anything.
Just saying. Well, he's certainly not a cowboy.
I've seen Corey Taylor of Slipknot wear a cowboy hat, and I've yet to hear his country release.
I'm actually kind of intrigued by that idea, though.
The man with no neck and a small head with a big cowboy hat.
Not the picture, I meant the album.
Sure,
I do want to hear screaming country, though. If anybody knows of any sort of screamo country, I'm very intrigued and very open to hearing it.
I'm pretty sure it exists somewhere. If rap has crossed over into country, then chances are screamo or punk has.
Fantastic. Oh, what do we got? I like the acoustic accenting the chorus and connecting the chorus back to the verse, where it was just sort of little ditty, little riff or whatnot. You can tell that I am not a musician because most of the words I say are not descriptive enough or make no sense. So just fill in the blanks, please.
I think we could at least get the idea of what you're saying, though. So, I mean, that's the important part.
Excellent.
You're not just saying things like, it really got like wazoo in this part of the song where I heard the tilingalings and it was like, E.
Oh my god!
What are you, Dr. Seuss?
What did you drink before we started? And then they look at the back of the record and they're like, "Well, We don't have the money to reprint these, so guess this is where we're at.
But also lyrically too, when they ask like, "What's your favorite color?" and then they respond with "living color," it's just like that's not an answer.
Yeah, I know.
I get what you're doing. I still hate it.
It's so cheesy, and I love when they say the band name in the thing, like in the song, and it's not just in part of the verse or the chorus. It's like the song. It kills me. It just took too long.
If Trent Reznor ever writes a song called 9 Inch Nails, I might not be a fan anymore.
Yeah, but all it would be is just like nails scratching on something.
And then every once in a while, he just kind of growls on the microphone, Trent! He tries to make his own mechanical sound effects, and that's it. He's like, my name sounds like a machine. Haha, funny. Anyways, I'm 50-something.
I'm sorry, when you said that, all I pictured was like a car eating dinosaur at the monster truck rally. Yeah.
I think it's more of a Simpsons thing. No, that's real, but I think Truckosaurus might be Simpsons. Regardless.
Yeah, that's what I pictured.
And like you have this like light as a feather electronic piano sounds, the humming bass that feels warm. Like this whole track just kind of feels like a hug.
Yeah.
Everything about it's so warm, although the content might be cold. Something about it just feels a little more embracing, even if it's not in the best kind of way. Even when like the distant reverberated guitars come in about halfway through, there's also these harmonized vocals that kind of come in while he's singing the hook. No one ever does. They echo through the chorus. It's a really great choice to kind of fill out the soundscape, despite how minimal this song is. So I don't know. I feel like there was like a lot of good choices in layering in this song, despite the fact there aren't many layers. So I thought it was kind of a clever composition, I suppose.
I did not feel the warm hug, but I did feel the cold. It was a
cold hug.
A cold, bony hug.
Come here and give Grandma a hug now.
Exactly. And then when he hugs you, his hands fall off his body because he's so old.
No, Grandma, don't touch me.
Exactly.
You're cold and bony.
Yes. That to a T. That sound clip is how I felt.
Don't be an ignorant little shit. Give me a hug. Just doing this for some reason, like a T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the hands are all the way up here. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yes. Visual
but no one ever does.
Visual gags. Oh, that is the first pun song title of the album.
It's nice to have tracks like this. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like a little freshener, kind of clean your palate a little.
Drummers need a break,
Yeah, exactly.
They're the most active members live on stage. So, I mean, like, unless you have a lead singer who, like, sprints across stage or picks fights like Axl Rose does. I don't know.
Yeah, like you could literally just throw an octopus at a drum set and you're good.
Essentially, yeah. Or use two octopuses to actually play the drums and just a big, sloppy, wet noise.
That is some experimental stuff right there.
Or they got like 8 tentacles, so you just put it between your two hands and like spin the octopus really fast between your arms, and just all 8 tentacles like do a blast beat on the drum.
I was thinking of an octopus drumming, not drumming with octopi, but yeah, we can roll with that. That's fine.
This goes to show you where my head is versus where yours are. We have like 2 very different ideas of what the hell would be really funny at a concert.
Well, I wouldn't want to buy new drum heads because they got slime all over them. So I am cheap.
Well, then you just use the octopus as the drum head and you beat your stick on it. Okay, I gotta stop.
You know what? I like ya and I like this podcast, but I don't know if I want to stay.
So yeah, we do list requests too, but regardless, we will choose an album. We just go ahead and discuss that thing at length. We rank the songs and then we rate the record. Aside from hitting your microphone stand, good job. Thank you for applauding me.
It's not my fault that my arms have a wide girth, okay?
Are you going to admit to people that your arms are actually 3 inches longer than the average human arm?
Yes. I have to wear leather gloves because my knuckles drag all the time.
Oh, I was just gonna say that you're one of those people where like your fingertips go just past your knees if you hold your arms down.
Weird. Okay.
Something like that.
In all honesty, I am perfectly proportional. Thank you.
Well, People at home don't know that. I do a lot of editing these videos, so maybe I'm just making your arms look natural. Anyways, enough about Savannah's freakish appearance. It's time to talk about today's episode. Episode 31, Savannah, speaking of her freakish appearance, chose Billy Talent and the sequel to Billy Talent 1, that is Billy Talent 2.